Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Cousin Mel. It is I, Cousin Mel. What I am going to do for you today is it's a very, very simple casserole. It's just potatoes and ground beef. And we love it because it's very simple. Now, I am going to post the original recipe. But with this, I'm going to add a little bit of jalapeno in mine. But you can add vegetables, frozen mixed vegetables, a can of vegetables. You can cut up green pepper, red pepper, put it in, zucchini, whatever you like. I forgot to get uh, red and green pepper, so of course I'm going without today. But I am going to use jalapeno in mine. But it's just a very simple recipe. There's only um, potatoes, hamburger, cheese, and some spices. That's it in the original. But if you want to turn around and put like peppers in it, veggies in it, that's up to you. Make it your own. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to grab, if you have the big, um, I know you can see my cupboards. I just repainted them instead of being white. Did something a little different because the appliances are black, so I thought I'd do the cupboards in that black. Ooh, spooky. Um, if you have the big rosette potatoes, you would use about 5 of them. I have the rosette, but it's a small bag, so I'll probably use about 6 or 7. So I'm going to get them peeled, and I'll show you how we're going to cut them because we're not going to cut them too thick. Um, because we only are going to leave them in the oven for a certain amount of time and then take them out. So we don't want them too thick, but we don't want them too thin either where they're going to burn. So I'll get them ready and I will be right back. So this is what they look like. That's what I mean. It is a bag of rosettes, but they're called premium. So I did 2, 4, 6. I did 7 of them. So, but if you have, I might need more, but we'll go with. So we're just gonna, like I said, not too thin, but not too thick. See, that should be a perfect size. Like I said, we just don't want them to burn, and we don't want them to not cook. And if they're too thick, they won't cook. And I do have a 9 by 13 pan, and so we're gonna lay them in that. And you're gonna preheat your oven to 400 degrees. I haven't done that yet because it's still kind of early. So I thought we'd get the prep work out of the way and then go from there. So I'm going to continue cutting these up, and I hope everybody had a good Halloween and had lots of scary people coming. Halloween's not like it used to be, but I hope you did have a lot of kids, lots of scary ones, lots of princesses. I don't know what the new thing this year is, what everybody's looking to be. So I will get these finished and cut up, and I will be right back, guys. So I just have an onion here, because I'm only using 1 onion. These are brand new onions, and they've got green spots in them. That's okay, we'll just take them out. Just put them up in a minute. Ooh, I know they're potent. Holy mackerel. I'll be crying. Oh, strong. So I'm just going to, not too thin, but not too thick. I'm just getting it ready because I'm going to add this in with my hamburger. I do have, I have my hamburger all ready to go. I gotta, like I said, it's not much ingredients. Now, you can use tomato sauce. I am using this one here, Primo. It's pasta sauce, and that's what I'm going to use. I find it just has a little bit more flavor. Not like it's not going to have flavor because we have salt, pepper. You can use oregano or Italian seasoning. It's up to yourself. Oh, I'm in tears here. Button with one eye. Ooh. Potent, potent. So I'm going to get these cut up, and I'll take you over when I do my hamburger just to show you what's going to be going on. So I will be right back. Okay, so there's my hamburger. Now I'm using double the hamburger, but like I said, I'm going to put the original recipe in. So just that when I took the hamburger out, I took the wrong one. So instead of being 1 pound, I have 2 pounds here. So, and where it was frozen, I can't refreeze it. So I'll just cook it all. So I'm going to get this cooked first, and then I will add my ingredients. And I'm going to add salt, a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pepper, and about a teaspoon of, what else am I going to add? Teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pepper, teaspoon of paprika. And like I said, you can use Italian seasoning or oregano, whichever one you like. My original recipe has oregano, but like I said, it's up to yourself what you like. And if you want, after the meat is cooked, try a piece of it. And if you find that it needs more salt or it needs more pepper or whatever. So where I'm using probably where I got 2 pounds of meat, I'm going to double my salt, my pepper. I'm going to double everything. So I don't want, I want to make sure all my spices are through there. So I'm going to get this cooked and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm going to add my salt. Pepper. Teaspoon of oregano. And I might end up adding a little bit more depending on when I taste it. And I'm going to add a teaspoon of paprika. And again, I might end up adding some more depending on when I taste it. So I did this just as the meat is just about cooked, just so it's still nice and easy to get through. I am going to drain off any excess grease. It smells amazing. So like I said, I'll finish getting this all fried up, and I'm going to taste a piece of meat, and I might need to add more salt, more pepper, more paprika, because I doubled my meat. So I'm going to continue with this, and I'll let you know if I add it more, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I'm going to add in I forgot to open my sauce. So instead of it being 1 cup, it's going to be 2. And I'm just going to add a little bit at a time because I don't want to. And I'm going to add my onion. I did add more oregano and salt, which I knew I was probably going to have to where I doubled my meat. So I'm just going to get my onions in there. I'm going to stir them around. I want to get them a little soft. They will soften up. And it was only 1, and I still got to cut my jalapeno. So when I put my sauce in, I'm just going to let it simmer a little bit and get my jalapeno cut up. I'm just going to do 1 jalapeno, and I'll add that in here. So I'll get that done, and I'll be right back. All right, so here's my sauce going in. I'm just going to put that in for a minute and move it around a little bit. Like I said, I am going to post the original recipe. I've played with it over the years, and that's where I added like green pepper, red pepper, just to change it up. That's why I said I'll post the original, but you can do whatever you want. Add veggies, frozen veggies, whatever you feel like. So I'm probably going to add just a little bit more sauce. Maybe not. I'm just going to let that kind of soak in a little bit and see what happens. If I need more sauce, I will put more sauce on it. My oven, I preheated it to 390 degrees. Which is what, or 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which would be what, 200 degrees Celsius, I think it is. Something like that. So I'm just going to stir this and keep stirring it for a little bit. And I'll get it a little thickened up, and I'll be right back, and we'll finish her off. All right, so I'm going to take some oil, put it in my pan. I used about maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons. Okay, I'm going to rinse off my potatoes. Lost a couple. So then you're going to take your potatoes, put them in your pan. Okay. I'm going to take salt, again, to your liking. So it'll be probably around a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pepper. I like pepper, so I always use a little bit more. And I'm going to take another, probably half a tablespoon of paprika. And what we're going to do now is mix it all together. I might have to use a little bit more oil. I gotta have to put enough in, but we're going to coat our potatoes. Doesn't have to look pretty. But you do want to make sure your potatoes are all coated. I just did a thing for my son. I said, it's hard to believe he's had his license for 2 years. Now he's going in to get the N off of them. So he can turn around and drive after 12 o'clock at night in case he has to work, that he's legally allowed to drive after 12. Because right now he has to have the car in the yard at 12 o'clock at night. I said, time is just flying. You're going almost on 20 years old. Doesn't take long. Okay, so I got them nice and coated. Like I said, it doesn't have to look pretty. And I'm going to put these in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. So I'm going to put them in the oven, guys, and I'll be right back. So I just took it out of the oven. You don't have to, but I'm just kind of moving the potatoes around. Oops, that's a hot one. So I left them in a little longer. So I had them in for 35 minutes in total. I wanted to get a little crispiness on the potato, which I did get. So now that we got that done, I am going to take my beef mixture and I'm going to put that on my potatoes. Like I said, and if you want it crispy, if you want to use peppers and have them nice and crispy, you could add them now because this is going to go back in the oven for about another 20 minutes. But now we're going to put our cheese on it. And with this, you can use as much cheese as you want. You can use mozzarella. You can use Tex-Mex, whatever you like. So I'll probably use about, I don't know, 2 cups altogether. Maybe a little bit more. But like I said, this part here is up to yourself, what you like. There's no, well, that should be good for me. So like I said, I'm going to put this back in the oven for about 20 minutes and we'll be right back. So there it is, guys. It is all done and cooked. And I'm just going to square off a little piece. Potatoes are done. And I'm just going to just try a little piece of it. Just waiting for my son to get home, so don't want to eat without him. But I will try a little piece, see how it is. It's piping hot. Mm, that is really good. So I hope you get to give it a try. And if you do, please let me know how it turned out for you. Also, let me know where you're watching from. That'd be awesome to know too. And so we'll see you guys all next week. Bye, guys.